Okay, this is Maze Game Day 1. We're working inside PowerPoint. First thing you need to do, open up PowerPoint, do a new document. So I'll go File, New, and I'm just going to choose Blank Presentation. So we select that. Now I have my mostly blank presentation. I really don't want these titles or subtitles that are here, so I'm going to select that box. You have to kind of hover over that dotted line, and then I can push delete or backspace. Same thing down below. Wait till you see those 4 arrows show up. So you click on the whole thing, delete, it's gone. Okay, so we start with a blank slide, and then we want to save this. We don't want to lose it. Ooh, everything's making noise. We want to save this, so we go File, Save As, and we're going to save to the OneDrive. So you double click on that and you should get the file explorer that opens up. Now I have a lot of folders in my OneDrive. You will have less. For me, I'm going to go to Courses, Exploring Computer Science, and I'll call it Maze Game Day 1. Perfect. Save it. Awesome. Now we're ready to go. So I'm just going to go through the written instructions. You can follow along with those as well. We saved it on step 3. Step 4 tells us insert illustration shapes rectangles in the ribbon. Click and drag on the slide to draw a rectangle that covers the entire slide. So insert is up here, and then we're looking at the words down below this whole ribbon. We're going for illustrations and then shapes, and then you just find a rectangle. Mine's in recently used, or go down here, grab rectangle. Then I'm going to click in the top corner of my area, drag all the way to the bottom corner. Awesome. We want to pick a color, so we can go up to Shape Fill, and I'm going to go with red. Now, you guys can choose whatever color you want. I'm going to be talking about red, the red background, but if you want to have a blue background or a periwinkle background, that is just fine. Just know that mine's red. Yours will be a little different. That's okay. Okay. So we covered the entire slide with our rectangle. That's great. Step 5 then says, with the rectangle selected, click Shape Fill. Great. We did that. We don't want an outline, so click the Shape Outline button, select No Outline. So our rectangle is still selected. You can see it because you got little dots on the sides, middle, corners. So Shape Outline, No Outline. That won't be too visibly different, but nice little thing. Okay, then step 6, select Insert Images Online Pictures. Insert Images is right here, and then Online Pictures is in that little area. Great. In the top left corner, I'm going to end up having a rabbit. In the bottom right corner, I'm going to end up having carrots. You can have anything you want. It does not have to be a rabbit and carrots, but that's what I'm going to do. So I search for rabbit, and I need to find one that I like. I like this one. Insert. Okay. I'm going to move him to the top left corner. I'm going to resize, drag from the corner so he kind of keeps all of his perspective. Great. Now we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to go for carrots. So we go Insert Online Pictures in the Images area. Carrots. And then I need to find a picture of carrots that I like. I appreciate carrots with googly eyes. I've not seen that before. So that's going to be it. And again, I got to make this a bit smaller. That's a lot more reasonable. Move it over here. Perfect. Okay, that gets us through step 9, it looks like. 10, if needed, select each clip art image and use the sizing handles to resize. We did that. 11, locate the text box button, then drag near the top of the slide and add a text box. In it we're going to type, and then I have a big old long sentence there. So if we go to insert, we got this whole text area right here. Word art we're going to use later, but text box is what we need right now. So I click on text box, and then near the top you just want to click and drag so you create a little box of your own. You can resize it at any point. You just want to make it big enough at the start that it's easy to get into. Okay, so then it says we're supposed to type, use your mouse to trace the path for the rabbit to reach the carrot. Click start to start the maze. Ooh, exclamation point. Yay, we're excited. Okay, and again, rabbit, carrots, but if you have zombie and brains or whatever else, unicorn, rainbow, you just make sure you write that in correctly in this little area. Okay, now we're on 12. Select insert text word art. We need word art. Okay, insert. Then the text area is right here. We talked about word art. We're just going to make a start button with this. So I'm going to choose something that I like the looks of. This looks good enough for me. Your text here. I'm just going to highlight all that. We're going to say start. Move the word art between the rabbit and the instructions text box. So right up in this area. We'll see if we have space. Whoa, that moves my rectangle. Whoopsies. If you hover over just the line, the edge of the word art area, then you should be able to move it. Okay. That all seems fine. It's a little close, so I'm going to move my instructions over just a little bit. A little better. Move this over a little better. Okay, great. 13. Locate and click the rectangle button, then draw a rectangle around the word art. Okay. Notice up here I have some recently used shapes. I could just grab the rectangle, or you can go Insert, Illustrations, Shapes, Rectangle. Okay, and I'm going to do that over my word art. Oh no, the word art is missing. So what happens is we just put on a rectangle. The rectangle is actually showing in front of the word art, so we need to move it back. If we move it too far back, then it'll go behind the background. So I'm going to show you guys what you can do. If you right click on the rectangle, you can go down to send to back. Now if we just click on send to back, it's going to send it behind everything. We can't see it anymore. I'm going to undo that. Control Z is undo. So I got it back. So now right click again. I'm going to go down to send it back, except this time I'm just going to hover over this little arrow, and send to back is one of the options. We just tried that. I'm going to go send backwards. So that'll just send it one step back. Now we are right behind our word art. I'm going to move it just a little bit to make it line up a little better. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay. Now, use the rectangle tool to create a series of rectangles to be the path for the rabbit. Be sure you've selected no outline for all the rectangles. So I'm going to go grab a rectangle. Again, insert, illustration, shapes, you got it. Or if it's right there, you might as well just grab it. I'm going to draw some rectangles, making my path. And I'm not going to worry about the outline at the moment. We'll fix that shortly. Just make sure everything overlaps. Overlapping is important. We don't want any gaps between our rectangles. And your path can be excessively different than mine. Mine's just the example of what you could do, but you can make something that looks a lot more interesting than mine, is more difficult, simpler, whatever it is that you want, because this is your maze game. It does not have to be exactly like mine. Okay, I think we're going to make it in just a moment. Okay, so a couple things. One is I don't like the look of this rectangle over the carrots, so I'm going to do the send backward. So just one step, send backwards. And that wasn't enough. So we need to try it again. We can't do send to back, because again, that'll put it behind the background. But if we keep on doing send backward, eventually we'll make it behind the carrots. Another option would be if we wanted to bring the carrots forward, we could. But I'll just keep on sending this rectangle backwards. We haven't done too many steps. It should go behind soon enough. Send backward. I'm going to look silly if this doesn't work. Keep on going. Send backward. Send backward. There we are. Finally went behind. Okay, now we have all these rectangles. You see the outlines, so you see exactly where they overlap. We don't really like that look. So what I'm going to do, you can grab a rectangle and then you got shape outline. We're going to go to no outline. Excellent. And this is under format. So if you got on the wrong tab for some reason, you need to go do that. You can go over to format and you'll be able to do it. Now here's a handy little trick. If you click on one of the rectangles and then hold Control, so I'm holding Control down, I have not released, still holding Control, I can go click all my rectangles at once. Now I release Control and I can go Shape Outline, No Outline. Click off of it and that looks much better. And if you don't like the jagged look, you could line your rectangles up a little bit nicer. I'm not sure how much I care, but maybe that fixes most of them. A little more. Okay, and that is it for Maze Game Day 1. You have a completely, not functional game, but you have a great setup for your level 1. So, we're going to break now, and you can move on to Maze Game Day 2.